Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fortified in Wisdom, where we talk about walking in the wisdom of God daily. I'm your host, Jason Davis, aka Mr. Fortify. I'm an author, speaker, and coach, and I help mission driven people prioritize their faith in the marketplace. We've been watching awesome teachings out of the vault from my Fortify Summit from a few years ago. I hope that you enjoy what you've seen thus far. We've got a few more goodies to get to, so sit back and enjoy two more teachings from the Fortify Summit archives. Enjoy.
All right, everybody, we're live. I got to tell you what, my goodness, Dave, fortify your purpose. I am here with the purpose coach himself, Mr. Dave Guresso. Dave, you just enlightened everybody with that talk. You dropped a lot of nuggets. You encouraged us. You inspired people to take action. You motivated them. I mean, Dave, what are you thinking coming into the talk and where you are now? Just tell me what's going through your mind.
Oh, it's just I guess it's just an honor. Like I had mentioned in the video, to have the opportunity to be able to do it. I care a lot about, the journey, right, of developing. I know we have a talk on fortify the mindset, right? But it
Mm-hmm.
all closely couples together when you think about it. But I've gone through this journey, right? And I've experienced so much of what God wants to do with purpose in my life. And just to be able to relay that and share that with others is super exciting. I enjoy every opportunity I get at doing it. So yes, it's just a pleasure, Jason, to be able to do that.
I love it, Dave. Folks that are joining, Dave and I have known each other for some time, and I've watched Dave literally go through this process. He knows what it feels like to kind of spin a little bit and not really know where you are and where things stand. And then Dave also knows what it means to be unlocked, to be focused, to have your fire ignited. He understands the process. So when you are listening to someone like Dave, he's literally walked, is walking, and is continuing to walk through the process of living in and walking out your purpose. So you're not talking to somebody who's talking down at you. If there's anything Dave does, he gets in the trenches, he gets in the foxhole with you, and he is with you. Just the way that God walks with us, Dave has a heart to truly walk with you and be with you. Which brings me to my next point, Dave. So there's what you just gave of value during the summit here with your talk, Fortify Your Purpose. By the way, everyone, the replays will be available for a week and a half through next Wednesday, July the 27th at 11:59 p.m. So a busy schedule. If there's people that you know, because we're going to go through the week, right, Leslie, we're going to get all fired up and people are going to be like, oh my God, there is no reason not to register. It doesn't matter what your schedule is. You have a week and a half to catch up. So Dave kicked us off with Fortify Your Purpose. And I know it's something, the early adopters, Dave, it's all about being, in the room where it's happening, but that's okay. We know how life is. That's the power of a summit because you can go back and watch on demand. But where I was going with that, Dave, you dropped fire with Fortify Your Purpose. But what's next for Dave Guresso? Now, folks, you all don't know. Dave's already been sharing some things with me. Dave, tell the Fortify attendees of what you are working on and what some people, should they choose to accept it, might get access to.
So, well, first of all, I just want to say too that, I want to see healing, right? I
Mm,
think so many of us are struggling in different areas. When we talk about purpose, we talk about kingdom entrepreneurship. One of the struggles I think is dealing with things that are holding us back, right? And that's partly what I'm passionate about, And, Jason, you probably remember us talking about what I call the in, around, and out
Yes.
model for discovering
Yes.
purpose. And I'm actually in the process of writing a book and developing courses to help people do that. And so what is the in, around, and out model, right? Well, so the first thing is identifying who we are, right? It's really all about your identity, right? It's who you are and specifically whose you are. Once we gain the ability to see that, it's then that we can actually begin to move forward. So that represents the in portion, right? Is who am I, right? What's going on within me? Who did God make me and create me to be? But then from there, you move on, what's going on around you, right? There's the power of influence. We talk a lot about leadership, and specifically, we talk about servant leadership a lot. Jason and I have been partners on that mission for a very long time. But also, in addition to influencing, who is around you, is also what about what's influencing inward towards you, right? We think about the people. You've heard the quote, you're the average of the top 5 people you spend the most time with. And we think about social media, we think about other forms of media, music, and different things that we listen to. All of that shapes who we become to some degree as well. So learning to manage those influences and what's happening around us also is a big part of walking in kingdom purpose. And then finally, the outward part. And I think the out part, Jason, aligns a lot with what you're doing here with this summit, where we start diving deeper into time and money and kingdom marriage and kingdom family and managing resources, stewardship, and things like that. Because in order to make an impact, right, as kingdom entrepreneurs, we have to be able to get all our own things in order. It's hard to be able to do that for others until we've done it ourselves. Or I like the way you've put it before, Jason, in order to be loved well, or in order to love well, we must be loved well. In order to steward well, we must learn to steward well, right? And so it's all part of it's an in and an it's out, right? And it's a loop and it's a cycle. And so to answer your question, Jason, I am developing these courses. The first one, right, which deals with the identity portion or the in part, is called Illuminate Yourself. Right now, I am offering access to the course for $47, right? And I'm going to do that for 2 weeks. You can access that at beaconleadersllc.thinkific.com. Again, that's beaconleadersllc.thinkific.com. Once you go there, it's just a registration link. It'll take you to the page where you can click on the course. And from there, you can take the course. So I do believe that it is going to be extremely helpful for anybody who takes the course. I've already received feedback from those who have taken it, and it's a resounding, we love it. So it's already making an impact. And it is my hope and my prayer that others will receive what God wants to do through it.
Dave, you know how it is, Dave. We hear powerful things that get shared, and we go, what was that thing again? So, Dave, I know the people in the front heard, but for the people in the back, so Dave, remember days growing up at church, they used to say, for the people in the back, for the people in the sitting in the back pew, the people that like to come into church 15, 20 minutes late, which is okay. This isn't about legalism, folks. But Dave, for the people in the back of the Zoom, what's that URL again?
It's beaconleadersllc.thinkific.com.
I think let's also drop that in the chat
Yes.
too, Dave.